Hello, this is Kokes speaking. I would like to talk a little bit about my turbines. My turbines is one of my best inventions. I have many inventions on my list, but this is very valuable because it can give a lot of power to the mankind, namely electric power. It can generate electricity both from wind and from water. And as a matter of fact, it could be used as a steam turbine as well. It can have any number of blades. It can have multiple stages. It can be also chained for higher torque. It has other purposes than just a turbine. I'll just mention some of them briefly, but before that, there is a price to be paid. I discovered that this turbine can be used also, beside other things, as a projectile. In other words, it will make arrow fly very, very well. So it can be used for arrows and darts, which is a fun part of it. But there are other projectiles that I'm not very happy about that it can be also used for. So far I'm restricting these with my patents, but my patent is not valid forever, so once it expires it will be possible to also turn these things into bullets, for example, or worse, drop bombs and torpedoes and missiles and warheads and other military equipment. But so far only the worst things it can be used for is a shotgun bullet. I allow shotgun bullets because shotguns are not allowed by Geneva Conventions to be used in wars and therefore against people. But as I said, I think this turbine has more advantages than disadvantages, so I think it's definitely worth it. First of all, it can generate all the electricity we need, basically. So far it is estimated that we use 1/10 billionth of electricity, or of electricity from wind that's at our disposal. So that means if we combine all the wind power that's being generated today by all turbines in the world, if this amount of power was used by just one person, this is the amount of energy this turbine would offer, or wind energy would offer, to every single one of us. And I'm not even counting water. This can be used underwater, in rivers, in any stream, in oceanic streams. It can use waves, energy of incoming and outgoing waves from the sea. It can be used in standard power plants for steam and so on. There are other products that this can be used for. As it is, it can be used as a drill, ventilator, airplane propeller, water screw, pump, pen grip, I'm sorry, for holding a pen. I discovered this by an accident. With just a slight modification, this can be also used as a dynamo, as a jet engine, as a rocket engine, and as a satellite. Okay, satellites spin, and that's how they keep their balance in space. Let's get to the turbines, and I will explain you what this is all about in comparison to other turbines. Today we can distinguish horizontal and vertical turbines. The difference is in their axis of rotation in relation to the wind. If the axis of rotation is parallel to wind direction, we are talking about horizontal axis turbines. As you can see one example on the left side. And well, let's talk about second type first. And there's second type, and that's vertical axis turbines. These turbines have axis of rotation tangential, or to the right angle to the wind direction. What that means is that half of the blades or so always go against the wind, and effectively they are slowing the turbine down. The reason why they are often used today is that they are basically easier to design, but their overall efficiency is not very good compared to horizontal axis. So therefore, if you are aiming for the best of both worlds, you would go for horizontal turbine. Another way to distinguish types of turbines is by the mode of their action. They can be lift or drag powered. Lift action works as an airfoil, as a wing of an airplane, let's say. The incoming air is, in this case, lifting the wing upwards, which is responsible for the motion of the whole turbine. Turbines that are lift power spin very quickly, and therefore they are very good for electricity generation. It comes at a price. These turbines need quite high wind speeds in order to function, otherwise they just stand still and they don't work. Compare that to the drag action. Drag action is very easy. It's like a sail. Wind just hits it, and the blade moves away as far as it can, and therefore it rotates. It can start with lower wind speeds, and lower winds are more frequent on face of Earth. So drag would seem like a perfect option. But these turbines rotate slowly, first of all, so they are not very good for electricity generation. And secondly, these turbines are not as efficient as lift-powered turbines. So if you aim for pumping water, you would go for drag, because the difference in efficiency is not as high as compared to vertical versus horizontal. But if you aim for electricity generation, lift would be the choice. Okay, so the lift action. So far we know that if we want a perfect turbine for wind generation, from electricity generation from wind, we would go for lift action horizontal turbine, right? Now, combined turbines. There are turbines that can be both lift and drag powered, and they are the best what the world has to offer so far. What this is, these are two turbines basically combined into one. The one in center is drag turbine. The one on the outside is a lift turbine. The slow wind starts the drag turbine first. That helps to start up the lift powered turbine on the outside, which otherwise would require higher speeds. So what this does is that it starts spinning at lower speeds, and it goes all the way to the higher speeds that lift turbines are made for. It comes at a price. One thing is that you need to construct two turbines, and therefore they are more expensive. But that's not the most important part of it. The most important is that these two turbines slow each other down. They are in each other's way. And these turbines will never get to the efficiency of just one turbine in correct wind speed. Another disadvantage is that due to design, these can be used only on vertical axis wind turbines, or so far they have been. It is not true with my turbines. So let's talk about my turbines now. My turbines are also both lift and drag powered. On our left picture, the one with airplanes, that's a sketch of, you can see sketch of my turbine from the front. It's drawn as if you would stand against the wind. The wind would hit you in the face. Okay, so this is how you would view this turbine. Now, the blades are in a shape of airfoil, the shape of wings of an airplane. And if you look at how the airplanes are positioned, it just depicts how the airfoil is positioned. It makes the blade, the turbine, rotate counterclockwise in this way. Just a side note, my turbine looks with two blades as infinity, and interesting thing is that it looks so from front and from the side as well. It's a very strange shape and very hard to grasp, but nonetheless that's the way I designed them, and that's the way they work. At the bottom picture now on the left side you can see the drag action. The upcoming wind hits the blade, and the blade is moved also in counterclockwise manner on this picture. And these two principles, lift action and drag action, they work hand in hand. They make the turbine spin in the same direction, and on a single blade, which is important to say. Unlike the turbines on the right side. They are just there to illustrate what portion of a standard turbine would be used for what action. My turbine does both actions with just a single blade. One or many, it depends on the design. So far I was talking about how it starts. That's important because low wind speeds are more frequent than high wind speeds. But high wind speeds are also important. In standard turbines, they cause destruction. Energy grows enormously with increased wind speed, and basically the wind turbines that are not braked explode in high wind speeds. That is why they are braked. On the other hand, my turbine is designed so that it will not need to be braked, and it will just work in any wind speed, I suppose. Even if you get to the hundreds of kilometers per hour, it will just withstand that. There are two reasons for that. One of them is when you look to the diameter. These two turbines you can see on the upper left side have about the same swept area of blades, but my blades are like twisted, so that I should say they are like 3D. The one on the right side is flat completely, and it is also calculated. It only calculates the surface, the formulas where you calculate the output and so on. Only counts with the surface. It doesn't count with the depth. But my turbine adds depth, so its diameter can be much smaller, and therefore it's much less prone to destruction, because energy grows towards the tips of the blade, and they are most often destroyed by centrifugal forces, which are the higher the further they are from the center. Okay, so from this point of view, my turbine is much safer. There's another feature, and that is also in the design. In order to destroy an ordinary blade, you just need to break it in one point, and that's it. The whole turbine goes kaboom. But with my turbine, you need to break it at 3 places at the same time in order to break the wing. And I should mention that this doesn't mean that if the one on the right side you need force 1, that on the left side you need force 1 plus 1 plus 1, which means 3. No. It doesn't add like that. It multiplies. So that means the one on the left side, to destroy it, you would need like 10 times or more higher energy. Depending on construction, it could be 10 times, it could be 100 times, it could be 1,000 times. So I will try to, or I will design them so that they will be able to withstand tens of thousands of RPMs. You may say that we don't have wings like this on the face of Earth, but that's another one of my designs. It's my tower. It's going to have a tunnel or funnel. I'm sorry, in it, and the funnel, the turbine is going to be in a narrow section of it. And what this means is that the funnel will concentrate the energy, and the wind will be much faster in the narrower section than in the wide section. So I'm aiming to increase the wind speed about tenfold. Okay, so if you get into the hurricane, that's, let's say, 100 miles per hour, it could, these turbines, without braking, could face speeds of wind of up to 1,000 miles per hour. And they need to be able to withstand them and to harvest energy from these speeds. While ordinary, this propeller type turbine, you get to the 40 miles per hour or so, and that's it. You need to brake it, otherwise you will lose it. Oh, by the way, why am I comparing these two turbines? That is not by accident. The one on the right side, it's the one that looks like airplane propeller, 2 or 3 blade design with a slight modification. Sometimes the blades can be curved or whatever, but pretty much they are all the same. All of these are used for electricity generations because so far they have been the only ones that were both horizontal axis lift-powered turbines. My turbine is also horizontal axis lift-powered turbines, but it has more features and more benefits, as I explained up to this point. And that, for example, it's combined and it can withstand very, very high RPMs. I'm targeting tens of thousands RPMs. Okay, for more info, you can go to archerytalk /vb/showthread.php !t equals to 2151774. That would be my Q&As. I don't have internet connection at home, but I'm at internet quite often anyways. So if you have a question, you can post it there or look it up. The chances are the question is already there and it has been already answered. Investors have their link for investment into my turbines at inovace.cz. And on the same server, on the same page, there's a web form at the bottom which you can fill in and submit, and this way you can send me email. Other way to contact me personally would be to PM user Kokes at YouTube, which is me, and yeah, that's the way to contact me. I thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed, and I wish you a nice day. Thank you, and bye.